Most Asian indices rebounded in today's trade, buoyed by some pretty good trade optimism ahead of key central bank meetings in Europe and the United States. Tokyo saw a seventh straight session of gains. Investors cheered by that cabinet reshuffle that you heard about earlier. The Nikkei adding almost 1%, while the broader topics rallied some 1.65% in trade. An ongoing trade spat between South Korea and Japan saw some choppiness in South Korean trade, though, but it still ended on a positive note today. The Kospi rising some 0.8%, while the Korean won strengthened versus the greenback. Meanwhile, Hong Kong stocks picked up on the upbeat mood that was felt in Asian bourses, with investors buying up some cheap stocks there. The Hang Seng finished up 1.8% higher. Property stocks, which have been taking a bit of a hammering as protests plague the city, saw some respite today as well. Wharf retail, real estate investment rallying 4.6%. Henderson Land also up over 4%, and Hang Lung Properties adding 3.4% to their share value. But bad news for mainland investors, though. They saw Chinese stocks ending trade in the red today. The Shanghai Composite down some 0.4%. The Shenzhen Composite as well down some 0.9% in trade. News that Beijing would remove 16 categories of products from additional tariffs to U.S. products did little to Chinese markets. The exemptions they're going to apply to those U.S. goods, they include animal feed and anti-cancer medication, but it comes ahead of trade talks that are scheduled later this month.